All right. So I'm glad everybody joined us today. We got John Hichak from Veseris today to talk a little bit about what they offer and the upcoming April 30th Spring Fling he's going to be at, and so people can meet him. John, welcome aboard here.
Well, first and foremost, Andy, thank you so much for having me. I've watched a lot of your podcasts, and they truly are amazing and a great addition to our industry. Thanks again for having me, everyone. My
Absolutely.
name's John Hichak. I work for Veseris. Many name changes over the course of the 24-year career I've been with Veseris. We started off as Van Waters and Rogers, then we went to Vopak. Then we went to Univar, and now we are Veseris, and it is great to be working for Veseris. We worked for a Fortune 500 company back when we were Univar, and now we are a private company. We are not tied to a Fortune 500 company, and it's a little bit of a breath of fresh air for people like me that have been with the company for a long time. And it's a big change for us, and things are for the better. We have a great company. We have a great senior leadership team. Our management team is really doing a great job, taking Veseris and trying to take Veseris to the next level. Again, like I said, one thing I pride myself on is, the length of time I've been with Veseris. I've been with Veseris for 24 years. And, I don't know if I still look young or not, but, people, sometimes say, well, how old are you? And I'm like, well, believe it or not, I was recruited when I was 20 years old. And I started off as a CSR, working in one of our New York offices.
Okay.
And I worked my way up the ranks. And now I am an account executive. That's my title. And I oversee a very big portion of business for Veseris. But, it's not just me. It's a team effort. And I always talk about this whenever I, do a talk or I'm with customers or internally with Veseris coworkers. It takes an army of individuals to run our business. And 99% of it is behind the scenes. And, we wake up every day, and what we want to do is we want to serve our customers. Obviously, you, Andy, and other, fellow PMPs in the area. And, another thing that stands out for Veseris is, the employees and the length of time that we've been here and the length of time that the employees have been here. We did a seminar back in October with VM Products, and we had about 200 and something people in the room, and we had 4 Veseris people there, and I made it a point for this to stand out and resonate in the crowd. So the 4 individuals total had a total of 91 years of service with Veseris. So, we pride ourselves on, in our retention and sort of once we come on, you don't leave. It's a great family to work for. And, who would we be? We wouldn't be who we are without, our customers. I got the best customers in the world. I mean, some of them, I consider brothers, family, friends, sisters. It's fantastic. Yeah. I truly strive myself, on building relationships and being a part of the business and being a part of watching that business grow and watching people, become successful. And customers telling me, hey, I'm putting on another truck. I just ordered another 3 trucks. And to me, that's what's so exciting, Andy, is, when I hear about customers growing, and not just growing, but truly, taking pride in their growth. We want to be a part of that growth. We want to be a part of that, that success. We want to take you from when you were one tech or one person, or you were a one-man show, and in 5 years you built it up to a 20-man operation. And, I say this all the time, I'm proud of my customers to see what they do. We're in it, Andy, obviously, we're in an industry that is, being scrutinized right now.
Sure.
Whether it be, from, the chemistry, being old with the pyrethroid changes and, the second generation anticoagulant laws. I really don't know an industry that comes together to fight for what actually works in our industry. We have great people, leaders, leading things that are very important to our industry. I'm a firm believer in that second generation anticoagulant, that they work. That maybe they have to, take it away from the general public and leave it to, the professionals to use in order for it to not be as quote unquote harmful or dangerous to our environment. But there are ways around it. And we got, great people, like Pat Lynch from Bell and Ethan Vickery from VM leading up, these task forces that are fantastic and that are fighting for our industry and fighting for the products that actually, help us do what we're paid to do and what ultimately you're paid to do. And that's, eliminate a pest problem in a customer's home. So,
For sure.
That's one thing that I pride ourselves on is that professionalism in our industry.
Yeah.
I've seen Veseris grow over the last, 24 years. When I started, we had, 2 offices in New York. And now we've grown. We have 3 offices in New York. We have our New Rochelle office. We have our Plainview, Long Island office and our Brooklyn office. And in Jersey, in North Jersey, we have a Fairfield, New Jersey office. And we have our hub. That's our distribution hub where everything that people order from comes out of there. That is a state-of-the-art facility. I'm very proud of where we come because we went from a 10,000 square foot facility to a 70,000 square foot facility. And we're actually, believe it or not, we're bursting at the seams in 70,000 square feet. So, it's a good problem to have. But, as long as we continue doing what we do, the service that we provide, the basically, the training that we provide, constantly building up and improving our websites, our internal distribution platform. We went from, believe it or not, we worked on a DOS system, a DOS matrix system.
Was that under Univar?
That was under Univar.
I think I remember this. I think I remember a fairly cumbersome, let's say, ordering process in about 10 years ago.
So believe it or not, so for us, it was a big transition. It was a major investment. We broke away from Univar, and we had to build everything out ourselves. Yeah. Everything, our digital platforms, our HR, our credit, transportation, internal HR, everything had to be built out. But the backbone of our business is our distribution system. And when we switched over from a DOS system, because we were able to still use our DOS system, we basically rented it from Univar for about a year. We paid a substantial amount of money because we weren't ready to switch over to our Microsoft operating system. But we invested an astronomical amount of money into our new Microsoft-based D365 system. And we're about 2 years in now. And at first I was like, Andy, this is not working. It's just, it's horrible. It's causing so many problems. But now everything that Microsoft, the team leaders that we hired to put this program into place, everything that we were told is happening. We're becoming so much more efficient. The system is basically, it's almost like artificial intelligence. It's amazing how well the system's working. And it's amazing how well old timers that have been so used to this DOS system, like myself, have, come to grasp this new Microsoft system that we use. And at the end of the day, yes, it's more efficient for us, but the biggest reason for the investment was for you guys. Yeah. We want to figure out the best possible way to make things as easy as we possibly can for the end user like yourself to be able to order product. And, ordering product, it's not just ordering product. We're not just about ordering product. We're about, there's so many different levels of Veseris. Obviously, we're a distribution business. We are, that's our heart. That's our soul, is being a distribution business. But what comes along with that is all the perks. One thing that we pride ourselves on is our Veseris inventory manager system. We have a guy by the name of Richard Cruz, and I talked to Richard Cruz a lot. A lot of customers have signed up for this inventory manager system, and it's incredible. The way it can manage and help a company like yours become more efficient and managing your inventory better. we have our online platform on pestweb.com, which is actually going to be transitioning all over to Veseris.com, because we have so many different platforms, so many different websites. We're actually finally merging them into one, which is Veseris.com, where you could do online ordering. You could read about products. All the manufacturers' websites are there. All of our promotions are there. CEUs online. One thing that we offer is CEUs online, and it's just incredible to see how far it's come, because, Andy, you've been in the business a long time. 20 years ago, if someone says, "Hey, I want you to take a CEU class online," you'd probably like, "What?"
Yep.
Absolutely not. Like, I can't do it online. So just to give you an idea, just last year alone, we had over 137,000 courses taken online.
Wow.
And it's incredible how far that's come.
So just to give you an idea, I predate the internet. So at the beginning of my career, there was no online. So online classes weren't even an option.
Yeah. So I remember when I first started with Veseris, we just launched PestWeb in 2001, I believe.
Yeah.
And I looked back, and we still have like screenshots of the homepage, and I'm just like, wow.
So you go on AOL online,
exactly,
with your dial-up,
exactly.
and yeah. If there's any of our younger, like millennials listening, you can ask your parents about what that is, dial-up.
Absolutely. But again, just like with your business and anybody else's business, you have to stick with the times, and you're constantly, how can I be better than yesterday? What can we do better? And we're always constantly listening to our customers. We do, every quarter we do what's called the voice of the customer, and we randomly select, I think, 100 companies that are customers of ours, and we send them, basically a voice of the customer. We want to hear how we're doing. How are we doing? What can we do better? What can we do to make your experience better? And we're constantly listening to our customers just to get their advice on what can be done better. Because I personally believe, I was in a meeting. Our CEO, Ken Bradley, traveled with me about a year and a half ago, and we sat in a meeting, and a customer asked me and Ken, my CEO, what can we do as a customer? And he looked at me and he said, "Hey, John, can I answer this?" I'm like, "Sure, Ken, go ahead." And he said, he looked him right in the eye and he said, "Listen, Mr. Customer," he's like, "one thing that you could do is never think that an ask is too big. Always ask us, or always say what's on your mind. If you feel that we could do something better, if it's not too big and it's not too small, we'll get it done, or we'll try to get it done." And that resonated with me for a very long time. So,
wow, very cool. Now you're going to be down there. It's in Great Neck, right, for April 30th?
I will be at the Spring Fling. It's
awesome.
I've attended many Spring Flings in the past. It's one of the better meetings that the NYPMA hosts. Awesome. I go way back to Russo's on the Bay in Howard Beach, Queens, when we used to get 400 or 500 people, and every year it's a great meeting. I hope this place in Great Neck is. I hope the food's pretty good, because one thing that everyone talked about at Russo's was the food. But
okay.
It's also a great educational event.
For sure.
For
sure.
I saw the NYPMA and Lenny Douglin put together a great program. A lot of great speakers. Obviously one of the most important components of a successful business is education. You could never get enough education. I'm constantly educating myself. And when we go to these meetings, and when there's these, Spring Fling meetings, Andy, I'm obviously a vendor. Sometimes I'm put in a different room, and the vendors sort of migrate together and talk. And when the meetings are going, I'm sitting in there. I'm sitting there with the PMPs, and you got some of the best speakers in our industry there. And sure. I saw the lineup. They got a great group of speakers, and I hope to see everyone. I hope everyone comes out. One thing that I've always said is, help our association, give back to our associations, whether it be the NYPMA and NPMA, and they're there to help our business, and they're there to protect you and help your business grow. Become a member of the NYPMA. If you're not a member, reach out to someone who's a board member, and just see, what the benefits are, because the benefits are incredible of becoming a member of the NYPMA. And becoming a member of the NYPMA is rewarding in itself, because you know that you're contributing to a group of people, an association that's going to truly help your business and protect your business.
For sure. Are you going to be staying for the after hours? We got the cocktail hour. First drink is on the house. Networking.
Yes, I will be.
Awesome.
I will be there all day and all night. It's always a great time,
okay.
Especially the after parties. Mingling and just getting to see people you haven't seen in a while, and it's a different environment. You got the educational portion of the day, which is very focused. A lot of people want to focus on that educational portion. I'll be at my booth at the break, but you get an hour lunch and then a half-hour break, but you get that true interaction comes at the cocktail party or the after-hour party, which is always great.
A couple cocktails doesn't hurt, loosen people up either.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
All right. So if people need you before then, how can they get a hold of you?
So I can be reached a couple ways. I can be reached on my cell phone, 917-642-0944. You could call any one of our offices. We have a toll-free number that will put you in contact with the closest office to where you actually physically are. So, for instance, if you're calling from upstate New York, it's going to direct you to our closest office to upstate, which is going to be our Westchester office. If you're in Brooklyn, it'll direct you right to Brooklyn. So that number is 800-888-4897. And you could also reach me if you want to email me, text message me, my 917 number. My email address is actually kind of hard because there's a junior attached to the end of it. People always get confused, but my email address is John, John, my last name, which is Hichak with a JR on it, John.Hichak, JR @Veseris.com.
Okay, awesome. Well, we look forward to seeing you there.
Hey, Andy, thanks a lot, man. Appreciate you giving me the opportunity for this. And I hope to see everyone on April 30th. It's been a long winter, and we are looking forward to the spring fling. And hopefully things will start getting busy and everyone will start making some money.